Hi, I'm Pete from Project Heaven, and I want to introduce you to the Surelock Cold Casting Repair process by Project Heaven. Okay, so what is a Surelock Cold Casting Repair? Essentially, we're doing a repair on a crack or a breakage on a casting, and we're holding it together mechanically, not by welding, but by actually physically holding the components back together with a series of stitches and studs. Okay, so why use cold metal stitching as opposed to other repair processes, such as welding? Well, if you're welding the block, you're introducing a lot of heat, which then, as it cools, creates a lot of stress. That can then cause the block to crack on somewhere else, perhaps. The other problem with having to weld is that you'd have to typically completely strip down a block or whatever component it is, so that you can heat that component all the way up to the right temperature to weld it and then bring it back down slowly. That could cause a lot of cost, of course, if you've got a fully assembled engine, whereas we can actually repair fully assembled engines, sometimes even inside the car. And then on top of that, another part of the process we can offer is we can then pressure test and ceramic seal while still fully assembled. So why use the Surelock metal stitching process as opposed to other processes? Well, we've got over 6 years experience in doing this, and especially aimed towards veteran, vintage and classic cars. And what does that mean? Well, if you're stitching large machinery, large engines on ferries and stuff, you can use very large locks and stitches, whereas for us, we're typically dealing very thin casting repairs, very delicate material that's very old and fragile. So we can actually tailor-make our locks to suit the metal thickness. It's not just one size fits all, it's properly tailored. We'll even thin down locks to this exact thickness to fit in the material, so we're not breaking through and causing future problems. Another thing that's special about the Surelock process, the material that we use for our stitches. It's a closely guarded secret, but it has a thermal expansion coefficient that's very similar to cast iron, so you don't have problems when the block gets hot or cool, where the stitch might come loose or too tight. Another thing we offer is a 6-month guarantee up to the cost of the repair on all of our repairs. We also pressure test everything that we do, and we can offer a ceramic sealing as a belt and braces. Another benefit to using the Surelock process with us is that we are also Project Heaven Restoration, so we understand what goes into the engineering behind all these blocks that we're repairing, and we understand where the stresses are and the strains are, and we have a lot of in-house machining as well, so we can not just stitch repair the block in-house and pressure test it and ceramic seal it all in-house, we can also skim it, insert valve seats, do other repairs, other specialist machining. We've got a fully equipped CNC machine shop as well.